Welcome back, Generals, to another Let's Fix General 0 Hour to make the best game ever. Good, so last session we did figure out, we did see the reason for screenshot crash. So we can continue with that. Let's see what's new here. Yeah. I tried a few different variations, but can't get these to build in VS22. Don't think it supports the type of ASM anyway. Can't get these to build. Okay. Does it build in VC6? Atomic type 16. I think remove this. This can take atomic type, I think. I'm a bit confused by this here. Isn't this the same? Oh, it's uppercase, interlocked increment. Jesus Christ. This is a duplicate that can be removed. No? Perhaps can also add a ASM version for 64 bits. It appears to from the pipeline passing. Perhaps you could test it by launching two threads, have them raise with counters, and then check if launching two threads, have them raise with counters, and then check if non-increments, non-interlocked, if, well, let's say check if interlocked increments causes no unexpected, causes no wrong values, while non-interlocked increments causes wrong values. Basically just launch two threads, have while loops in them that count up the counter, and then check if the, how do we check this? The increment returns, wait, interlocked increment. How do you test this? Well, you can't really, you don't get a, shit, return a clean value. How do you test this? I don't know. Actually, my suggestion is probably edits. That is perhaps easier said than done. I'm not sure what the verify condition is. Let me ask ChatGPT. How can we test that the interlocked, that the atomic operation indeed works correctly? The atomic increments indeed works correctly. You need to simulate concurrent multi-thread environment where multiple threads increment the same shared counter. If the operation is truly atomic, the final counter value should equal the total number of increments. Okay. No increments should be lost due to race conditions. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. Let me copy this and paste it here. Here. There we go. Courtesy of ChatGPT. Yeah, this sounds like a reasonable way. We just started 2 threads, or multiple threads, more, 10. Increments per thread, 10,000. So at the end there should be 100,000, right? The value. Yeah. Expected, actual 100,000. Yeah. A lower actual value because increments would be lost due to race conditions. Okay. Good. Then let's get back to code. Okay, so we know that this one works. Then let's find the other log rects. So certainly we need to fix these two here, right? This guy, which uses pretty much the same things. Yeah, log rect bounce, log rect result. Yeah. It also uses FB front buffer, front buffer, front buffer. Why is it using front buffer? Let me comment this here. Let's go to display. I would like to test what happens if we use a back buffer. Oh, that returns a surface class. Surface class. Get back buffer. Surface. Surface. Do you have a lock rect in here? Lock pitch. Lock unlock the surface pitch. Huh. Pitch. Rect. Pitch. So what we can do is we take erect dot pbits erect dot pitch no int pitch lock. There we go. Okay, let me see if that works. Let's put a breakpoint here. Let's comment this out. So we move this here, F12. So what does this do? Huh, that also errors, okay. Okay. Look. But let me blacken here the screen really quickly. I will want to look into the Gen tool code because it also takes screenshots. Yeah. But I don't want to show the Gen tool code because maybe there's some exploitation potential. Visual Studio. Oh, Jesus. Yes. No. Where is it? Yeah. Basically, I don't. Gentoo is not open source because of its anti-cheat aspect of the thing. That's why it's all closed source. Can I make this text larger? No. Can I make close all the files? Close all but this. Screenshots. Back buffer. So Gentoo takes a screenshot from the back buffer. Yeah. Maybe I can show the screenshot code. There's nothing too secret about it, I guess. Maybe, maybe not. Let me yeah, it's probably safe enough to show it here in video. Yeah. Okay, there we go. So this is how it's done in Gentoo. The screenshots, take screenshots. It calls back buffer, type mono, surface disk, get disk, then puts it into this surface 8 RAII back buffer, format, saves the format and the width and the height. And if it has failed, if this failed, then screenshot is done, failed. Otherwise it goes on, create image surface. You cannot work directly with a back buffer surface, so we create a copy of it. Then copy rects. Back buffer, get, back buffer. Back buffer is the surface get. Copy rects. Copy rects. Copy rects. Front buffer, back buffer. I think with Gentoo, let me start a new debug session. I think Gentoo is even able to take a screenshot if the window clips outside of the screen, right? So if we move it here and we press F11, it still takes a screenshot. Let me go to Documents, Gentoo, Images. Yeah. See? It successfully took the screenshot, and with the implementation from the original game, it would be unable to take the screenshot. Okay, so the difference is here it takes a front buffer, and Gentoo takes a back buffer. That's one difference. What's the other difference? Here it calls log rect. What do we call? We call copy rects. We don't call log rect. We call just copy rects. Copy rects. Well, what is this guy doing? Get disk. This guy. This guy. surface, release, save release, release. But we don't call lock rect. We only call copy rect. We cannot work directly with a back buffer surface. So we create a copy of it. Surface. P surface. Okay, so get back buffer. Get back buffer, and it gives us a surface class. Oof. Ref count class. Lock, unlock. Okay. Then let's take a screenshot here. Yeah. Okay, so that also fails. So it's also 0. Okay, so we cannot lock this surface. And Gentool also doesn't lock it. Gentool does not lock the surface. It simply goes ahead and what does it do? You cannot work directly with back buffer surface, so we create a copy of it. Create image surface. Can we call that? Create image surface. Image. Let me see. Create image surface. Create DX8 surface. Okay. Okay. Width height format. Okay, let's try to replicate what Gentool does. So we do get the back buffer. The back buffer is also type mono, num. What is num? Int num. Num is 0. Back buffer, num 0. Is that a default or what is it? Get back buffer, num 0 default. Yeah, okay, so this should be correct. Oh, good. Then what's the next step? Create image surface. But it already does create an image surface here. Get back buffer, new surface class, BB, surface class. Surface class, what does it do? Attach, what is that? What? Jesus. So let's get descriptions. Service class. Log. Copy. Copies the contents. I'm not sure if that service class already does anything specially. Back buffer. How about we... put a breakpoint here? Yeah. Get back buffer. Good. So go in here. Yeah. Get back buffer. Okay. BB. Yeah. Yeah. What does it do? Allocate. Surface. Attach. Attach. Get description. Okay. Okay. Format. Okay. Surface. Okay, I'm not sure where this puts us. So create image surface. Create image surface. Yeah, I have no clue if that was called now or not. So it says we cannot work with the back buffer surface directly. We must create a copy of it. Why? Create image surface. Copy rects. We cannot work directly with the back buffer surface. And then it does copy rects. Piece surface. Piece surface. Get back buffer piece surface. Back buffer get. Huh? Surface. Back buffer piece surface. Might as well just take the implementation from Gentoo, put that into the game. I also don't know why all this stuff here is necessary. So okay, so my understanding is that we need to create a copy of it here. So create surface, what does it create? I direct 3D surface 8. Here, we call it FB. Yeah. FB. Okay, let me take out this one here. Let's take these guys. No, let's leave them here. FB, create surface. Width height. Does it have width height? Man, what is the surface class doing? Height, width. Sorry, does it contain the height or not? Get description, surface description. Here. Okay. Let's take out this one. Okay, so surface. Let's call this back surface. Yeah. Or just surface. Surface, okay. Then we say here's surface copy. Okay. And then we do surface get description. Surface description. Surface class. Surface description. Surface disk. Okay. Then we pass surface disk here. Now we have its attributes, and then we pass here. Jesus Christ. We pass width height format. Width height format. Okay. Then, so that's a surface copy, and now we copy rects. Well, I hope that works. Surface copy. Okay, there's a copy. Let me see what's inside this copy. Copy. Huh? copy rects. Oh, it's not calling that at all. Why not? Oh, that's weird. There are a lot of functions here. Copy, why not copy rects? Copy rects takes a source surface, destination surface, copy. Peak surface. Do we need to create a new function, call it copy rects? I am surprised that there's no other function that does it. Copy rects. So it takes the source and the target is the target. Copy rects. C rects null. Null. C rects. Okay, how about we create here a new function, call it copy rects. Yeah. And then we give it a here destination surface. P destination surface. Destination surface. Okay. And then here we call destination surface, which basically just calls copy rects and then this bullshit here. Copy rects without locking. Just copy rects. Copy rects. Could it be that this is not part of surface class, this function, but it should be part of somewhere else? Let me search for copy rects. Copy rects. Aha. Aha. It is here. There we go. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Here. Okay, then we call this one copy rects. Source surface is, oh Jesus, this surface dot peak surface null 0 surface copy null. Okay, copy rects, there we go. And then Oh, this is why it uses this, but that's stupid. We can get the height, width and height from, yeah, that's stupid. All this seems unnecessary here. Yeah. Yeah. But okay, let's leave it for now. Let's go step by step. Okay, so we get the back buffer, put it in a surface. I'm not yet sure like how to release the surface. Probably just call release, I guess. Okay, surface, and we have a surface copy, which is a naked surface. Maybe I wonder, should the surface class wrap this? Yeah. Surface class, surface, get attach. Yeah, we should probably do surface class like this, surface class, surface copy, and then here also, hold on, surface. Why is this, hold on, why is this returning a, oh, it allocates in your ref. Okay. Okay, but here I think what we can do is just do that and then peak surface. Okay. 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 And then we have a surface copy. And with the surface copy, we take out this one. Erect pitch, erect pitch, erect. I think then we lock this. We lock the copy. We lock the surface copy, I think. Yeah. Surface copy. Lock. Pitch. Oof. Lock. Let's go with lock direct for now. Lock erect dot pitch. Erect dot pbits. Okay, and then we unlock it down here, lock, unlock, and then we do surface copy dot release ref, and then we also release lock copy. We create a copy. We can, hold on, how do we do it here? Back buffer, surface, p surface. Yeah, okay. So we can also, after we copy it, I think we can copy rects. I think after the copy, we can already release this surface dot release ref. Okay, the question is, will this work? Maybe. Let's see. has been a while since I used DirectX 8 plus. Plus, I never used this DX8 wrapper. Basically, in Gen 2, I just call the DirectX functions as is, just raw functions without any wrappers, which I found to be rather easy. Yeah. Fair enough. Okay, so then let's press F12. Good. So surface. Okay, so we have a surface. Then we do this unnecessary bullshit here. Okay. Get description. Surface disk 1600 by 1200 format. Yep. Surface copy. Okay, so we created a new empty surface. Now we copy the rects. Yeah. So our surface copy has now this DirectX surface, and hopefully it contains the same information. Now we release the back buffer surface that we had. Release ref. Yeah. Dead beef. And then we lock it. And that doesn't work. Save screenshots. Okay, what do we do in save screenshots? Oof. Lock rect. Copy bits as 24 bits. Okay, what does that do? So we do lock rect. Okay, it does here. It does a copying. Okay, it has two copy modes. One in this format, but also in R5G6B5. Yeah. Lock rect. Lock rect. Okay, why is this failing then here? I mean, this lock is doing the same that we do, right? Here, 0, 0, lock rect. What is this? Read only is 10. And here it does 0, calls with 0. What does that mean? Lock rect. Flags. Flags. Lock. Oof. Oh boy. Oh boy. For some reason, I think what we can also do is shit, take screenshot. Oh boy. Here in Gentoo we have nice error handling. If failed, return false. Failed. Everything is checked here. No exceptions. Just every step properly checked, then nothing can go wrong. Yeah, that's the way it should be. I'm not happy here with this code, not at all, because this is unsafe code here, isn't it? DX8 call. It asserts. Oh my gosh. It expects no errors until it errors. Yeah. Okay. Oh man, this code is crap. This code is real crap. Okay. What we can already do, bounce. Let me points, bounce point. Let me comment this shit out, and here we simply take surface copy, surface equals null, and width height surface copy. Surface, no, hold on. Surface disk. Surface disk dot width surface disk dot height. Okay, so that's already simplified. That's good. Unsigned int. Okay. Okay, so why is this log failing here? Log. Is this the only log function we have? Yeah. Log dbird flags. I would expect that it doesn't make much of a difference if it's read-only or not, because we are the only users of that thing, so it probably doesn't matter. But that's a difference here. The users read-only and it succeeds. Why is it? Copy bits is 24 bits. Yeah. I don't know what the problem here is. Why is it not locking? We have a copy of it. We made a copy. We're not locking the back buffer surface. Surface copy, lock. What's the problem? It is failing to lock. Flip the image. Let's debug this one more time. But hold on, it's even failing now if we take a screenshot like here, right? Surface copy. Oh no, that succeeded. Okay. Okay, so that's already a start. That is succeeding. Great. Width, height. Let me check if that is all successful. Wrong cookie. What? What is that? Wrong cookie? What? Oh. Oh. Right. This one is not allocated, the surface class. So we don't call... how do we release this then? Surface... clear. What does that do? Clear. Log correct. Attach. Detach. What does detach do? So we need to call detach. I see. Detach. There we go. Unlock and detach. Okay. Okay, let's test that one more time. Okay, F12, okay. Back buffer, surface copy, yup. Oh, we don't have bits though, but we have a pitch. Huh. Width, height. Yeah, we do have bits. Never mind, it just took a few more steps to update. Okay. Okay. Okay, so that should have taken a screenshot, right? That's Gen Tour. Let me go here, generals data. That was just now, yeah. And the image looks good. Okay, now let's take this and move this here. And we press F12 again. Oops, F12. There we go. Okay, so surface copy. Yeah, release. Okay, lock. We have a pitch and we have bits. Okay, that looks good. Fantastic, fantastic. Width, height, that looks good. Now we copy the bullshit here. Okay. And then once that is done, we unlock this, we detach it. Detach. Release. Set it to null. Okay, return, done. Okay. Now I wonder, will there actually be a error if it destructs refcon class? Oh, oops. There's an assert here. It expects that this is yeah. Yeah, so it looks like the surface class wants to be used with new, right? It does not want to be created just on the stack, which is a bit silly though. Can we? Let me get some water. Okay, you do see the screen, yeah? Yeah, you do. Okay, so yeah, that's a bit problematic here. So it eventually will hit an assert because numRef on destruction will be 1 and not 0. Yeah. Yeah, this doesn't look very safe. Let me see how this guy is being used elsewhere. Surface class, new ref. New ref. It's created with new ref. Get surface. That's a stupid way to write this though. New ref. So can we create it like this? No. Let me see. Surface class. C P. Aha, there we go. That's a stupid way to write new ref though. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. That's a horrible way to write this bullshit. Who remembers this? Oh man. Oh man. Release ref. Okay, well, never mind. Using it as a pointer then. Okay. Good. So that shall work. By the way, we should also put the surface copy down here. And then we comment this here out. Okay, so this shall work now. Correctly. Can probably also call here surface copy equal null. Isn't there a function for this? Ref set ref ptr set release. No. I think this is good enough. I have to say, I'm not a fan of this bullshit. The way this is written is so difficult to remember. You always need to look up how it's written elsewhere. Really bad. Okay, so let's open options menu and then move it down here, and then we press F12. Continue, okay. And let's see if we have a screenshot of that. Yeah, it works now. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, then we will go with this fix. I think that's superior. No crash, plus you can actually take a screenshot when the window clips out of the monitor. Plus we simplified all this bullshit here. We no longer need to call get client rect because the surface already has a width and height. So we greatly simplified this bullshit. That's nice. Yeah. Then let me stop debug. Remove here the breakpoints. Okay, let's try to simplify this a bit more where possible by removing the garbage comments. there. Yeah, it's a bit tight here. Let's do that. Okay, we remove that. Okay, unlock, release ref. Okay. Delete image. New ref. Jesus Christ. W3D new. Interesting. Okay, but this works. It doesn't crash. Fantastic. Okay, but we need to lock front buffer and copy. Let me copy. Let me create a copy of this. We cannot work directly with the back buffer surface, so we create a copy of it. Done. Then let's do super hackers at bug fix. Today is the 21st 05 2025. Take get back buffer, create copy, get back buffer, create copy, and get back buffer, create copy, and creates surface copy. I'm not sure though if it's necessary to create a copy here in this case. I think in Gentoo we create a copy because we process the surface asynchronously, asynchronously. Whereas here we do it straight away, so maybe it is actually not necessary to create a copy of it. Let's see what happens if we don't delete the surface here. And we lock this surface. Let's see if that works. It could be. I'm not sure. Let's see. So we don't use this surface. Yeah, let's remove that then. Surface. Let me see if that works as well without the copy. Because the copy is definitely needed if we failed. Surface copy. Right. The copy is definitely needed if we want to hand it over to another thread to process, because it is quite expensive, at least on older machines, to then like make the copy of this stuff, flip the image and so and save the screenshot to disk, right? So that is expensive and incurs a cost. So let me see if we actually need to. Okay, that fails. Yeah. So we cannot lock. We cannot lock the back buffer. So that would be 0 now. Yeah. Good, then let me revert that what we did here. There we go. Good, so get back buffer, create copy, create a copy of the surface, and process that. Get the back buffer and create a copy of the surface. Originally this code got the front buffer and tried to lock that directly. This is unsafe. This does not work. This does not work, and this does not work. This doesn't work correctly when this does not work correctly when the image. This does not work correctly when the rendered image is clipping outside of the screen. Is clipping when the render view is clipping outside the desktop boundaries. Took the front buffer and tried to lock that directly. This does not work correctly when the render view is clipping outside the desktop boundaries. It crashed the game. Try to lock it directly. This does not work correctly when the render view is clipping outside the desktop boundaries. Crashed the game. This does not work. This doesn't work correctly, and crashed the client. Crashed the game. And the render view. There we are. This did not work correctly and crashed the game, and the render view clipped outside the desktop boundaries. There we go. Okay, so now we have a surface. We assign here. Get back buffer. Surface disk. We get the description. Surface disk. Then we create a copy here. We copy the rects into the copy. Then we release the back buffer surface. We lock this guy. Then we do the shenanigans here. Unlock, release ref. Same here. Okay, that works. Yeah, we still need to optimize this though, and like process it on a thread, because doing it here on main thread is still too costly. But that's for another story. That's another story. Yeah. Okay. Get the back buffer and create a copy of the surface. Create a copy of the surface. get the back buffer and create a create a copy of the surface. I don't like the description. We cannot directly work. Originally, this code took the front buffer, tried to lock it. This does not work when the render view clips outside the desktop boundaries. Crashed the game. How about that? Get the back buffer and create a copy of the surface. Originally, this code took the front buffer and tried to lock it. This does not work when the render view clips outside the desktop boundaries. It crashed the game. Yeah, okay. Okay, then we also need to this other code pass, this one, make screenshot. Is this one ever called? Let me see. Make screenshot. It's never called. These functions allow it to create screenshots and movies. I wonder why we have a copy of this thing then. Question is, should we fix this as well? I mean, this code is not used, so I don't know if it makes sense to fix that then. By the way, let me ask ChatGPT in DirectX 8, is it better to use the front buffer or the back buffer to create a screenshot of the scene? You should use a back buffer, not the front buffer. Why the back buffer is better, accurate image. The back buffer contains a final rendered scene before it's presented to the screen. It's the exact image the application just rendered. Front buffer issues. The front buffer may have already changed or may contain tearing artifacts, especially if vertical sync is disabled. It might not reflect a complete frame. Accessing the front buffer is often slower, less supported, or even unsupported, depending on the hardware and drivers. Okay. Good, then we did it all correct. Use copy recs or get render target data to copy the contents of the back buffer to the system memory surface. Okay, I would say, even though this one is unused, let's replicate it anyway, which shouldn't be a big deal, I would say. We just copy the same bullshit that we just applied to the other one. Here, this stuff. which is not that much. So we take this, get the back buffer and create a copy of the surface. Okay. Disk, surface disk. This disk is unused. It used get window rect bounds. Why is it doing that? Why is it using that? Bounce, rect, bounce, lock, rect, lock, rect. Okay, let's comment this here out. All that. Then we take this. This. Surface disk. Should we maybe... Yeah, I think that's a good name. Take this. And then we take this here. Unlock and release ref. Unlock. Unlock release ref. Surface copy. Should we let's continue. So that's one, and then there was another one, right? Was that all? Make screenshots, update movie capture. Front buffer. There's another one. Update movie capture. We do the same again. There we go. Erect. Okay. All right. There we go. There we go. And we copy this and put that here. Okay. I think we don't need this comment here. I can save this because it's already explained up here. There we go. Okay, then let's search for all these guys. So we have 3 places. Can we make this a bit nicer, maybe? Surface copy. Maybe make a space here. think it's fine. Maybe it would make sense to space it like so. Get surface, surface, surface. Yeah, I think like this would make sense. Okay, so this code is not called really, but yeah, it doesn't hurt. It's pretty much doing the same as here, so might as well just copy this. Yeah. Okay, that works. Cool. Good. Then that has succeeded, yeah. Then we can revert this change here. We don't need that. So there is a bug fix here, unlock rect. There's a bug fix here, and we don't need this either, yeah. Okay. Then we have two fixes, one for the screenshots, and then the smudge thingy here. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's test it one more time to see if everything works correctly. X, Y. X, Y. Okay, let's run that bad boy. Okay, so we take a screenshot here. Okay, breakpoint, okay. Now we move this down here, okay. Let's go here, let's click on load replay, yeah. And we put it here, and we press F12, and game keeps on going. And now we have two screenshots here. We have this one, and we have this, yeah. Okay, cool. That works. Then I guess we can make a follow-up change in the future where we add the JPEG functionality, and also Gentoo supports the 16-bit color modes, taking screenshots in 16-bit, and I think the original game does not. I think original game also crashes with 16 color bit screenshots. Let me test that real quick. So how does that work? So we have this executable, right? So we go to general compatibility here, and we go to 16-bit color, apply. Okay, then we run that. So we run in 16-bit color mode. Yeah. Is that 16-bit color? It doesn't look like so. Or is it? It doesn't look like 16-bit color, no. It doesn't look like 16-bit color. Let's see what happens if we press F12. Took a screenshot. It's not 16-bit color, no. 16-bit color looks different. Yeah, how do we do that? Let's run in Windows XP compatibility. Maybe that helps. No, it's still not 16-bit color. Reduce color mode. Let's try 8-bit color. Nope. Nope. I remember it worked in the past. I was able... Maybe that was in Windows 7. Windows 7, I was able to launch it in 16-bit color mode and then play. But the F12 wouldn't take screenshots, but the Gen tool would be able to take screenshots. Yeah. Yeah, but we can't reproduce it. There's even an 8-bit color mode. Oh, we can look at this another time. Yeah. Yeah. Good. There probably is some way to force it. Yeah. Good. What do we do next? I think we need to replicate this on generals. Configure. We also need to create branches. Fix screenshots crash. Yeah. And then the other one is fix smudge smudge unlock. It says surface unlock. Okay, before we do that, let's do the screenshot crash first. There we go. Good. No, unstage that. There we go. Good. So, ZH fix fix screenshots. Fix F12 screenshots. crash. Yeah, fix F12 screenshot. Okay, and the surface unlock. Let's look at this code one more time. Temp surface. Ah, shit. Okay, so here we have a surface, copy rect surface, get this, get another surface. If not service, go to another service. We don't lock it, so we don't need to unlock it. Okay, fair. But this one we lock it here. HR, if HR, go to error. Ah, hold on. Oh, okay, actually this is not quite correct either, because there is this go to here. So it would call unlock rect even if this one has failed. So this one actually needs to be done differently. Oof. Oof. This go-to stuff, yeah, makes it more complicated than it should. Temp surface, create image surface. Temp surface. Temp surface. To me, it looks like this code once was a C function. This thing was once a C function. Yeah. Holy shit. The way this is written is totally looks like a C function. Yeah. It's a go-to error. My gosh. Oh man. Okay, so we cannot unlock it here. We need to unlock it here somewhere. Maybe here at the end. Let me see. Temp surface, L rects, L lock rects, L rects, P bits. Yeah, so probably afterwards here. Probably here. Yeah. Here. Yeah, correct. Unlock correct. I don't know if we should call this here. Maybe just do that. I think we can do that. Yeah. So that is that age. Unlock the unlock unlock call unlock rect. Call unlock rect. In smart copy rect. Smart copy rect. It's missing call to unlock rect in copy rect. Stage commits. That should do. Okay, then let's go to git diff. CMD. No. Git bash. Paste. Commit hash. Paste. Paste. And oh, no such file directory. Right, it's 0 hour specific issue. It doesn't exist in generals. Right. Okay. Then let's do it the same here. Git bash. Okay, and then we apply this guy, paste, boom, okay. Okay, that applied without errors. Fantastic. Fantastic. Replicate in generals. There we go. Okay. Good. Then let's push this change. Replace tracking. Boom. Okay. Okay. Notification. So we have gen ZH fix F12 screenshot crash. Do we actually have a bug report for this? I'm not sure. Screenshots. Can't stall game. Huh. It's possible I didn't track this bug because I probably forgot it. It just came to my mind today as I was thinking about things, and I remembered, oh yeah, if you move the screen, if you move the window outside the boundaries of the screen and you press F12, the game crashes. Yeah. This change fixes the crash when taking a screenshot with F12 while the window clips over the boundaries of the screen. Yeah, over the outer boundaries of the screen. Okay, we have a core stack here somewhere, right? Yeah. There we go. The change fix crash and taking a screenshot where the window, while the game window clips over the outer boundaries of the screen. Fix F12 screenshot crash. Okay, labels, critical, crash, bug, generals, ZH, milestone, stability. Is it critical bug though? I'm not sure. It could be major because it's as long as user doesn't clip his window outside the screen, he's fine, right? So this only is a problem if your window is badly positioned. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's critical. I would say it's major. It's not critical. I would say most users probably don't run into this because they simply don't make this mistake. But let's put it on major then. Yeah, major should be good enough. This change fixed the crash and taking a screenshot with F12 while the game window clips over the outer boundaries of the screen. Fix X12 screenshot crash. Fix the crash when taking a screenshot with F12 while the game window clips. To fix this problem, the surface taken from the front, from the back or front buffer needs to be copied before being locked, before it can be locked. Needs to be copied before locking. Locking the back buffer directly does not work reliably. Gen2 implements it the exact same way. Implements that part the same way. It is also using the back buffer instead of front buffer. Maybe remove this cossack. To fix the problem, the surface taken from the back buffer needs to be copied before locking. Locking the back buffer directly does not work reliably. So also using the back buffer instead of the front buffer. The reason was here. ChatGPT. In DirectX, you should use a back buffer, not the front buffer, to create a screenshot of the scene after rendering, but before presenting the frame. Back buffer contains a final rendered screen before it's presented to the screen. Can we I would like to see though the call stack one more time. Let me go to display. Let me put a breakpoint here. Before presenting, after rendering, before presenting. Let me see where this is, if it's the correct position or not. Core stack. Hard to say. Updates. Well, it's somewhere. Game engine updates. Oof. Updates. Computer frame. Well. Game logic, network, message stream. Where do we render the frame? I don't know. Computer frame. don't know. Mm. Um. I don't know. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, we will see. Why the back buffer? ChatGPT. Maybe we shouldn't use GPT, but say GPT. I would like to understand though where we are here in the core stack. Where is the begin frame, end frame? I would like to know. There's a to do here. Well, where's the rendering happening? Where's the rendering? I don't know. I don't know. So rendering must be part of game clients. Here, game client. Must be here, game client updates. Game clients. Let's go to the update function. Updates here. So that does in-game UI display draw. Yeah, so it looks like this guy takes care of rendering. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably okay. It works. That's what we can say. It works. Yeah. Okay, cool. This change fixes the crash when taking a screenshot with F12 while the game window clips over the outer binaries of the screen. Crash core stack. The fix. To fix a problem, the surface taken from the back or front buffer needs to be copied before locking. Locking the back buffer directly does not work reliably. Gentoo implements that part the same way. It's also using the back buffer instead of front buffer. ChatGPT. Yeah, it's still not entirely clear to me where this end render exactly happens. Let me see it. Begin render. Here, begin render. There must be a present call. Hold on. Let's search for present. Present. Here. End scene. There we go. Display draw. Client updates. The display draw. Okay, but this happens before we take the screenshot. So after rendering, but before presenting the frame. Okay. What happens if we call if we use the back buffer after presenting? What happens if we use the back buffer after presenting? If you attempt to access the back buffer after presenting the frame, you'll likely encounter a few issues. Back buffer data may be overwritten. After calling present, the back buffer is typically swapped with the front buffer, and the contents of the back buffer are lost or overwritten. The GPU starts rendering the next frame to the back buffer. GPU starts rendering the next frame. The back buffer is typically swapped with the front buffer. Before issuing the present call, is it better to use the front buffer before after presenting instead of the back buffer? Using the front buffer after presenting may seem appealing since it's what was just displayed on screen, but it's still not the recommended method. The front buffer typically contains the image as it was just presented to the screen. If you miss the opportunity to grab the back buffer before present, you might think it's your only option. Why the front buffer is still not ideal? Slow or unreliable access. Accessing front buffer can be slow, often requiring a read back from video memory. Some drivers' hardware may not support reading from the front buffer at all, or may return outdated garbled content, tearing artifacts. Okay, so basically always use a back buffer before calling present. Oh well, but that already happened here. Present already happened. End scene. Considered undefined for your intended use. You cannot rely on them to contain the rendered scene. Capture before present. Copy the contents of the back buffer to a system memory surface immediately after rendering and before calling present. But can be slow. Let me show a partial frame. Back buffer after present, no. Very slow. Risk of artifacts, yes, yes. Only as last resort. Okay, so it looks like we still have a problem here. We're taking the back buffer or front buffer before, after presents. Shit. Okay, maybe we need to say, is this the only call to present? Or is there another one? There are two. Flip to primary. Need to force page flip. Avoid. Reliable, no. Varies. Avoid. Well, I guess so. To fix it, we would have to delegate the screenshot creation to this spot here. We create the screenshot here. So I would say fix ChatGPT. Next steps. It is recommended. It is recommended to take the screenshot. Take the screenshot before calling present. Before calling. Currently, it is taken after present. We need to address that. We should also say that the fix the actual code used for screenshots is for taking a screenshot is that the actual function make screenshots, update movie capture, and update movie capture are unused, but I applied the same fix there as well. Okay. I'm going to take the screenshot before calling. Currently it is taken after present. We need to fix that in a follow-up change. Yeah. Yeah, so I think what we need to do is basically, instead of taking the screenshot straight away on the when the message is received, instead we say, okay, we set a boolean to take screenshot, and then later, next frame, it checks that, and then it takes a screenshot. So it would be a frame delay, but I think that's acceptable, right? Actually, yeah, I think that's acceptable. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Otherwise, otherwise, some of these buttons would have to be taken earlier. We can take a look at this another time. The screenshot seems to work for now, so there's no urgent issue with it, but it seems that it's not very safe. Yeah. We need to look into that. We can look into that in a follow-up change. I was unable to observe an issue. I was unable to observe issues with this code, with the new code, but we can look into that in a follow-up change. Okay. Good, and we have this one created. Then let's take the other one as well. That one. There we go. Copyright. Okay, add missing call. This change fixes a missing call to it is there was no observed issue. There was no observed. We asked here. Copy. Fix a missing call. There was no observed issue. Chat GPT. Labels, minor, fix. No. Minor fix. 0 hour. Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, then we need to look into this ordering of the screenshots another time. Yeah, but I think for now things seem to work. Yeah, it takes a screenshot. Maybe what we can do is hot reloads. Oops. Maybe what we can do is we can load a mission. Let me load some map here. Bombardment Beach. Let's build a barracks. Let's take a screenshot. See how that looks. Looks okay. Let's move it to the bottom. Take a screenshot. And that didn't take a screenshot. There we go. It did take a screenshot. It took a while. Yeah, it looks fine. Yeah, it looks correct. But yeah, it would be better if the screenshot was taken before this call. Yeah. Right now it's taken shortly after, which maybe is perfectly fine. I guess maybe it's fine because we didn't yet call because we didn't do anything else yet. Like we didn't begin a new frame or something, right? It just ended and nothing else happened. Maybe it's fine, I don't know. It's probably not fine if we would call begin scene right afterwards, right? So we present and then immediately we start the new frame. But we're not doing that, so maybe it's fine currently. Yeah. I don't know. Good. Anyway, I think we got enough done. Yeah. The screenshot works. No longer crashes, so that's good. Yeah. What else? I think I will end it here. Good. I hope you enjoyed. I wish you a great day or night. Until next time. Goodbye.